Hey guys, it's John Studebaker here today, and we're going to sit here and look at Battlefield 5. I sat there and got a little bit of gameplay in, not just a whole lot, but it seems like it's doing pretty good. I'm going to sit there and kind of give my opinion of the game. And it's here and there. It's got some good gameplay and some not so good gameplay. Alright, so let's go ahead and start this off. We're going to look at the gunplay first. I think the gunplay was pretty nice. I sat there and it reminded me of some of Battlefield 1, some of your classic Battlefields. It actually pulled me back more towards Battlefield 4, I'd say, than actually Battlefield 1. It has a little bit more automatics and everything. It's pretty nice. Now, the next one I actually want to get a lot more depth into, and which actually I will get back to it and I'll talk a little bit more on it, and I think it's going to work out right here. So I want to go on to building. I noticed a whole lot involvement with sandbags. It looked like people are actually trying to build this massive super fob and everything, forward operating base, trying to build that right into every outpost that they had. There's a couple of gameplays sitting there. It amazes me that I was going against them and they were pretty much building a literal wall, trying to make sure and keep the defensive position held, and it was pretty good. Which, this is going back towards gameplay. What they were failing to do though is they didn't hold their cover good, which I think that's going to be echoing out there a whole lot now. That while yes, you can have a awesome build design, because they were blocking a lot of trails and everything that people normally followed through. If you didn't have a guy watching it, it was useless. I sat there and could run up to it and just throw a satchel charge on there, blow up the door, and you're more likely protected than if someone was sitting there watching it. Either way, I think it's going to be a little interesting with it. I couldn't figure out how to work it, although I did notice a whole lot involvement towards, you'd see the German half-tracks. They were dragging Pak-38s up and down the road, so it's actually very cool. The gameplay is going to definitely show that there's a lot of potential in here. Definitely some more advancement from any Battlefield I've seen before. I've played Bad Company and Up. Either way, it looks like it has some potential here, and it does bring back some of that old stuff. I think I remember at one point, I don't know if I'd recorded it or not, but at one point I saw a tank just busting through a building, just like what they showed in the trailer. Beautiful work. Now, going on to tanks though, my only tank gameplay that I could find, everybody seems to be just trying to get their hands on a tank, was what I noticed. In one gameplay I caught a Panzer III was constantly driving around. Looked like the same two guys, and I would hop on Tigers and everything. Couldn't get any kind of seat or anything. What aggravated me was I did get one tank, and it was the British heavy tank, and if I'm correct, I believe that was not, it might have been one of the Churchill variants. I did not like it. They did a solid cast turret tank for their heavy tank versus your Germans with the 88 full 360 degree turret. You fell outclassed, even though you might be better. If you just can't turn your turret, you can't turn your turret. Then you're going as fast as what the tank itself will turn. And, well, compared to a Tiger, that's a death sentence. He can start doing circles around you with his turret constantly on you. It's pretty rough. So what I was getting at with this is, it's going to be interesting with tank gameplay. I think they can look a little bit further into. You can find a lot more, I would guess you would say, even tanks to play against the Tiger, because honestly the British did have a lot of other tanks. The Churchill in general, Churchill 7 I believe was a full 360 degree turret, and that could be well for a heavy tank. It was a natural heavy tank in World War II. So then I did get some gameplay with the planes. What I noticed is, in which I'm not great at planes. I'm so-so in Battlefield 1. It's pretty up and down with my gameplay. I did get a good shot. I could follow the guy decently well. It was your classic kind of airplane maneuver. I'm not the best at it. I'll accept it. Either way,